Well, hello everybody. This morning, evening, afternoon, depending on where you're at. This is your host, Fully Armed. Today, I'm going to be covering over something very simple, but a lot of people do not understand. And today, I am going to be covering how to change your Hive slot. So, real quick, right? The first thing you need to understand is that from this red cannon, where Anon is at, right? The director. This is Hive slot 1. Okay, corresponds to 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I haven't seen anybody start one over here, but it could be possible because remember, each person make the macros as they think. But most of the ones that you find start from here. Okay, so some macros work slightly different. A lot of people can use any slot. Some macros use the cannon a lot. Mine does not as much as some others, but some people walk through here and everything else like that. So what happens, right? Usually you'll see a macro respond. You go from here, it goes forward, and then you see it move to, let's say, the cannon. It will jump here, bam, come here, press E, fire, go to whatever field you want. But how do you change Hive slot? So I wanted to show you that real quick because you will see a whole bunch of keyboard buttons and presses, and you're like, all I want to do is change my Hive slot. Well, you need to understand a little bit about what is going on. Okay, so this resets your player. Oops, sorry, my mouse is acting up. This part right here, real quick, resets your player. Make sure that the keys that you usually use are up. Because if they're down, you're going to be moving in a certain direction, and sometimes if it in the middle of a macro or something acts up, key could be pressed. So make sure that all your movement keys are up. Okay, it zooms out a little bit. Over here, it will check for the image and put you in the right, the way that you're supposed to be pointed, right? Then usually you see a whole bunch of zeros. Now, after you see, zeros, O's. After you see a whole bunch of O's, you either see this statement, W, and then you usually see either D or A. Now, this one, and you see a lot of them, have the comment already in it. I'm in Hive slot 4. 4 should be that the delay is 4,000. So I'm going to go over it a little bit, right? You reset, bam. So I'm going to tell you what happens when you reset. Okay, you're here. So when it presses W, all you're doing is moving this way. Okay, you're here, W. Okay, just like you were pressed on the keyboard. And then it will move this way. So what you're telling it that from this here, let's say if you're going to use the cannon to here, the delay is about 4,000, then it jumps, and then it presses the E. Okay, if you're in Hive slot 1, if you're over here with where Anon is at, right, you don't need that long of a delay. The delay is how long you press that key is pressed, right? So over here, you don't need to press that key. So we'll go W and then D. Okay, now let's say you're going to pineapple. Now my pineapple is slightly different because my panel goes this way, it goes this way, and my pineapple goes ahead and uses that cannon, right? So again, key presses. Remember, the whole macro thing responds to your key press. So if I'm here and I'm going W and I want to go to the left, I'm hitting A. Okay? D, A, D, A, D, A, D, A, D, A, D, A. Woo! Okay. Anyways, so that's the thing I wanted to show you, different Hive slot. Sometimes it's not as easy as Hive slot 4 is 4,000. Sometimes I might have something that goes down this way. So I'm on a Hive slot 4. Of course, it also corresponds to speed. I think if I want to use that path, I have to use 900 for mine. I come here, and I go this way. Okay, you don't want to hit the fence. You could also incorporate delays, so that way if you do hit the fence, it will jump over. It will jump over the fence like that. Okay. So I do have one where I do jump over these fences just in case I hit it, just in case. My Hasty Bee, by the way, there's a lot of people who don't run Hasty Bee. I run Hasty Bee, which I have no idea where it's at on this list. See, because that's why I passed it, because I have no idea. There it is. See, Hasty Bee gifted. Okay, I ran all my macros that way. I am gonna post it to a Google Drive so you guys can have access to it, but that's not what this video is about. Okay, so again, here D, that way. A lot of people like the third Hive slot, because if you want to go that way, it's just 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, but that's okay, because usually what people do, or at least what I do, is I just change this value if I'm going down that way, right? So if I was to open, let's see, because I want you guys to see it. Oops, click too many. Mushroom. All right, bam. Okay. Mushroom. This is Hive slot 3. That's why it's 3 mushroom underscore mushroom. It's 0. But as you can see, if I was 1, it's A. If I was 2, it's A. And depending on mine, I went ahead and commented what numbers I want. Now, what's nice about those numbers is they correspond the same. So if it takes me 800 to walk here, let's say if I'm here, 800 to walk here, and then to go this way. Guess what? If I'm in this one, you just add 1,000. If I'm on this one, I add 1,000. Okay, and then it'll be the same thing. From here to go this way is 800, but from anon to go there, you add 1,000, so it's 1,800. Okay, then it comes this way. Okay, I can't play. Well, look, sometimes this is what happens. You come over here, you start a macro, you pick a hive, and then people will come. Well, they will see this on their screen, just so you can see it. I wanted to show you. This is what this is all about. This is about learning here. We're making tutorials. So sometimes it might be a simple video and it might be a little bit long because we're going in depth so you guys can learn. And then you go into, Discord or whatever, and you'll be like, my macro is not working. Well, your macro is not working. That's why we go recalibrate it. So you got to come over here, right? You got to exit out. There you go. And then you come over here to your Hive slot and you make an adjustment. You see how, remember, the other one had W's before? So it has the O, and this one has the A. Or if I was using my Hive slot 4, which I'm going to open up right now because I do want you guys to see, right? This is D. And then here's the 800 because this is what cost me to be able to do it without hitting the fence. I'm not sure if this one has the 2 jumps. Let's see. Oh, it looks like it does. So I went D. I go a little bit. I do a jump. And you can see it right here. Let's play this macro. Come on, macro, let's go. Okay, there it goes. I was about to say, why is it taking so long? Anyways, there you go. Perfectly down the middle. He does 2 jumps. If he hit the fence, he will make it over. And then, boom. Okay, you can make all kinds of adjustments. We're not talking about that in this video. Well, I just want to make sure that you understand how to get the correct Hive slot, how to adjust it, boom, wherever you're at here. Okay, So I'm just using 4, but that is how you do it. So just to show you what a Hive slot 2 looks like, because so we saw a 4, right, and the 4 uses the D. We saw that the 3, I can still keep it here, because if you always use Hive slot 3, technically you could delete this section and just go forward. But I like to make sure that I have 0, because I never know when I'm going to use another Hive slot. Sometimes I play with other people, as you see that Anon is always in the server. Sometimes people jump in and everything else like that. Most people don't use my Hive slot 2 macro, so I just use it. I also like the ability, since I'm a little bit further from the cannon and movement. It gives my bees a lot of time to reset, because I am running a gifted hasty bee. So I found 4, 5, and 6 great to run with a gifty hasty bee. Okay, now I'm gonna just show you 2. Okay, and so you can see the difference. See, 2 runs with A. Okay, and here slot 2, 200. Okay, and of course if I was to play it right now, I look kind of weird, because now I'm gonna go this way, and then with haste 7. So sometimes I might not start a macro right away if I have haste 7. Okay, not that the macro haste is going down, I could start it with no issue. Okay, my bees will be flying in the air. Sometimes I wait till they get up there, sometimes I don't. So I just don't grab haste. Once I start playing the macros, I usually don't have problems or issues with gifted hasty bee. Okay, there we go. Zoom out. Boom. Look at that. It worked out anyways. Okay, now as you can see, this one does not have the jump function in it. Okay. Because I mainly run Hive slot 4, so I make all my adjustment there. So this was a earlier macro that I had just sitting there. Okay, now because me and a couple people did some strange stuff, I'm gonna go ahead and play this right here. I hope you guys were able to understand today's video in Hive slot. I try to keep the video short, but I do want to make sure that you're able to understand and be able to, change your Hive slots and all that good stuff, okay? And be able to understand the macro and not just be like, oh, this is how you move Hive slot, boom, finish, okay? Now, what you're seeing now is just us having fun the other day. 2 level 20s. I was hoping that they would hit each other or freeze each other, but nah. I haven't been able to kill my level 20, but which is fine, because what we're doing is we're just having fun. So I'm here running with Jen and Bumble. A good friend of mine's over here in the server that we run and have fun. Because this is what Bee Swarm Simulator is. This place is a place to have fun, to enjoy, and everything else like that. And I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you guys enjoy this video, please share, like, let other people know about it. We want to get these videos out to the community. We know that it helps, and it's very, very much needed. So you guys have a wonderful night, day, or morning, depending on where you're at and when you watch this video. You guys take care. Fully armed out.